Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. This is Patricia. Please press subscribe, like, and share. Share these audios with someone who you feel would need them in their life or would help to make them have a better life. I was trying to wait. I haven't been on YouTube a year, and I was waiting a little while until I got more subscribers, and then I'm going to start having guests on the show to talk to them about how they've reached their success, and maybe they might have some more techniques or something to help you reach yours. So we'll do that in the very close near future. I want to talk about you create your own reality. That is a hard concept for some people to believe, because some people think that our life is predestined, and we're led and guided by our seven chakras, or there's something that's in the seven chakras, and the aura leads us to things we're supposed to experience in this lifetime. And then some people believe that, yes, that may be true, but you can change it. And then some people believe that there's no such thing as predestined, you're just going as you move along. Where am I at on that belief ladder? There was I can't think of this doctor's name, and he had did this. It's here on YouTube. This doctor did put a lot of his clients under hypnosis, and they went in between lives, and they were saying that preparing, because obviously they believed in reincarnation. I don't know if they believed in reincarnation prior, but when he put them under hypnosis, everybody he put under hypnosis had in fact had a previous life. So they were showing or telling you what happens when you pass on from here. You actually go wherever you go, and then they were beginning to prepare for another life, and how they prepare for their life. And they were prepared. Certain people, they would choose to be their mother or father, siblings. And sometimes the other souls they choose were friends who were helping them clear their karma or whatever they needed to do to help them out in each lifetime. I do believe that. But I also believe that you can change things in your life. So just because everything is kind of laid out what's going to happen, I think that you can change things if you want to. That you may have already decided what this life was going to be about, but at any given point, you can change that if you want to. I definitely believe if you don't like the way your life is going, then you definitely can change that. But let me explain a little deeper how my belief is. This doesn't mean I'm right, too. I mean, everybody have your belief with this, but I've did an awfully lot of research on it. And the other thing that I guess I came up with is that, okay, let's say you were born in a poor family. I believe that if you were born in a poor family, that doesn't mean you have to stay there. You were born in a poor family because there were certain karmic things that you had created with money that you needed to resolve before you can experience wealth again. So just because God may have placed you in a poor family, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to stay there. I believe that life is about learning, growing, and evolving. So if I'm placed in a family of poor, if I'm placed in a poor family, then my job is to grow and expand to get out of that poverty and to expand and grow into wealth. That is what I believe. So you really can't say that it's predestined, I guess, because yes, I was born in poverty, but I don't believe we have to stay there. Some people believe, a lot of I've talked Indian people believe that when you're born poor, you're supposed to stay poor because that's your karma. So you just have to stay poor, live out that life poor, and then in the next life you could be rich. I don't believe that. So basically what they're saying is they believe that this is predestined, that they were meant to be born poor and they have to stay poor for the rest of this life. That's the part I definitely do not believe in. I believe that yes, I was maybe born poor in this life, but it was because I needed to learn some lessons, and that's why, which is karmas, and that's why I was placed in a life as poor. So now what I need to do is pull myself out of poverty and into wealth. So basically, just because you're born in a situation, to me, you're not supposed to stay in that situation. You're supposed to evolve and grow and expand because life is about growing. So now, even if I was born in wealth, that doesn't mean I'm supposed to take the wealth and use it for myself the rest of my life and just be selfish and never give to causes or anything like that. I have been given a great blessing to be born with wealth. Therefore, I have to help my fellow man that don't have wealth to help them have a better life. So the ones that don't know how to get out of their poverty, to make them have a better life by sharing or, my wealth with them. So it doesn't matter if you're born wealthy or poor, you're still supposed to grow and expand yourself higher in the position if you're wealthy and out of the position if you're born poor into a position of if you're born poor, then you're supposed to grow out of that position into a wealthy position. If you're born wealthy, grow more in that position to learn to live and help mankind. Create things that would help our society be more successful. And that could be whatever. Because if you're born with a lot of money, it's a lot you could do with your money. You can put together an organization that can, maybe help alone, maybe entrepreneurs. There was one man who did that. He started a business. He loaned entrepreneurs money to start their own business with very little collateral. And he said that everybody he loaned money to, he got all the money back. None of his loans went into default. He got all the money back, and those people were successful within their own business. So you see, he was born wealthy, and he did something to help poor people expand and live a better life. But there are some rich people that don't care about other people. They just simply want to spend the money on them. They just want to go shopping all the time, and they don't care about other people. Well, you were given this blessing of living in prosperity, and you just want to keep it for your selfish self. I don't think that's what life is about. I think life is about growing and expanding, and the way I could do that if I was rich was to help poor people, help them live a better life. So in the Indian culture, there's a lot of Indians who won't. I've talked to many of them who won't do. If they were born poor, they're not going to do anything to try to get out of that poor state. They believe this is their karma. They were given this life lesson to live poor, and that's the way they're going to stay. And so they feel like there's no need of them trying to come out of that situation. That is their karma, and this is how life is going to be. And the next time they come back and reincarnate, they'll have a better life. And I'm saying no. You were in that situation, yes, because there's a lesson that you need to learn. Learn the lesson and move on. Come out of the poverty and live in the abundance. You control your destiny. You are the one. Now, I know there's things that happen in our life that we don't feel like we're in control. We feel that the situation has control over us. Even if we're in a very miserable marriage and we want to get out of it, we feel like we have no control. We're just a victim of this marriage. If it could be finances. Maybe you've been struggling all of your life, and you just want to have some relaxation when it comes to money and know the money is going to be there, and you won't have to struggle for your bills. And you just feel trapped in that situation. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be trapped. There is a power inside of you that when you tap and communicate with that power, it'll lift you out of everything you want to, whatever you want to be, whatever you're in that you want to come out of, it'll lift you out of it. But you must communicate with it. You hear people say, how do I communicate with it? Nobody tells you how. They just say, go within. Or if you go within, you just go within. I remember when people used to tell me to go within, and I'm like, go in there and do what? What am I supposed to go within and do? Well, I'm here to tell you that our world is within ourselves. It's not outside of ourselves. So if you want more money, don't focus your attention outside of yourself and say, give me more money. Because I don't know who you're talking to anyway when you do that. Maybe just talking to the air. Focus your attention inside of yourself and say, I command more money. Because remember, everything is energy. And energy turns into whatever you want it to turn into based upon your thoughts. So because everything is created by energy. So in other words, if you want more money, energy is going to create that. So is the energy in you or outside of you? The energy is in you. Even when you do affirmations, I always tell people, sit quietly, focus your attention inside of yourself and say the affirmation. Because when you focus the attention inside of yourself, you are talking to the God within you. You are talking to that intelligence that lies within you. And that intelligence only knows one thing, and that is to create. Whatever you tell it to create, it's going to create. If you focus your attention within yourself and say, create fear, it's going to create fear. If you say create love, it's going to create love. Whatever you keep your mind on, repetition is how it works. So whatever you say over and over again, that's what it's going to create. And the funny thing about it is you don't even realize that you're already using it. Because you say the same thing or you focus on the same thing every day. The problem is you are creating things, though, that you don't want. And the key is to create things that you want. Don't create things that you don't want. Create things that you want. So focus your attention inside of yourself and then state your request to what you want. And I guarantee you'll get whatever you want. Maybe sure you do it for 5 minutes a day towards repetition and you'll get it. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Patricia Show.